Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is Arya from GMS Tampa Bay 07 and GMS 13 Ruler Shabbat. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Kol Haloyim, La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Salutes to the brothers pushing the word. Shalom to the sisters that are listening to meekness, quietness, and humbleness. And basically, meditating on the fact, when you look at what's going on in Israel right now, you see the flavor of the week right now is these Christians again, all right? These ex-ministry cats, completely making a mockery of themselves, acting like they know what they're talking about, but obviously they have no clue what they're talking about. Think they know the history of the so-called Hebrew, calling us black Hebrew Israelites. Don't understand anything about it, going into all this history they know nothing about, instead of going into the book, into the Bible, all right, and bringing out the prophecies, going into what really matters in this day and age. No, they want to try to debunk what we speak, all right, when they have no understanding, when they think they've been born again, when they actually think they've been saved and born again, hey, they still in the womb. Actually, they haven't even been conceived. Look at the mind state of these Christians, man. They haven't even been conceived yet. So the fact right now is, you got to look at it, and you got to look at where you stand right now in this thing. And me and myself, I take a step back and I look at myself, and it's like, okay, I remember what I used to believe, before coming into the truth. I remember what I used to believe. But all that's been shut off when I was washed with the word, truly washed with the word. That's when my life truly began. Not 36 years ago, no. About 3 years ago. That's when my life truly began. And I truly started getting the understanding of why we're here, why we're going through what we're going through. You could be a Christian all your life, but you truly were never born. You're not living. You're actually dead. And Christianity is a dead doctrine. And the light is being shed on that right now. As you try to come against the truth, hey, the spotlight's being put on you more. If you're a Christian, the spotlight's being put right back on you. And now you have questions to answer, and you don't have the answers. All right, so that's why we check ourselves. Me, I'm not that old and thing. I'm just a little whippersnapper. All right, a little buckaroo. I haven't been around this thing long. Almost 3 years. That's nothing. All right. So I know I can't boast myself. All right. So let's get some of these scriptures. So this is the book of St. John. This is St. John chapter 3 verse 1. It says, "There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except the Most High God be with him." Okay? Because everybody knows that Yahushua was the man of the miracles. That's why he was followed. That's why he was redeemed. Or revered, rather. Okay? So he knew that. Alright? And so he's saying to him, he's like, said, "We know that thou art a teacher come from the Most High, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except the Most High be with them," which is true, okay? Which is a true statement. No, you couldn't do what Yahushua was doing unless the Most High be with you. And the Most High, Yahweh, was clearly with Yahushua, obviously, okay? Even the Christian one know that. Verse 3, Yahushua answered and said unto him, "Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High." All right, so I'll repeat that. I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Born again. Verse 4, Nicodemus saith unto him, "How can a man be born when he is old? How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born?" Which is a silly question. All right. you got to have some sort of spirituality to get what the man was saying, Yahweh Shai. All right? So he hit him with that. He hit him with that parable. All right? You got to be born again. So now Nicodemus is like, how can you be born a second time? You got to go back. You got to climb back into the pum pum and then get pushed back. Hey, come on. That's silly. That's silly. All right? So Yahweh Shai breaks it down. All right? Yahweh Shai answered. So he probably did a face palm. He probably shaking his head like, what the fuck? Yahweh Shai answered, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High. And now you go into the word, you go into water, all right? The water is basically going into the washing of the word, all right? Washing by the word. The word is the waters. The living waters is the word. So when you hear these words, when you hear the gospel, when you hear the prophets speaking, when you read the prophets, or someone's reading the prophets to you and breaking down these prophecies and these curses, that's you being washed by the word. It's like, damn. You go into that Deuteronomy 28, you go into the book of Malachi, it's like, damn, we the Jews for real? Oh, we get the covenant? And then you start understanding, it's like, you know what? I think there's something to this Bible thing. That's you being washed by the word. And now you start questioning everything you've learned throughout your whole life. You could be, no matter how old you are, you start questioning everything you learned throughout your life. You're born of the water. So what's it say? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So you have to be born by the water and of the Spirit. Read it on. Verse 6. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Now everybody on this earth was born of the flesh, including myself. My flesh is right here. My flesh is physical. You can see it. You can touch it. Okay? Of course I was born in the flesh. And for 33 years of my life, I was in the flesh. All right, I'm just using myself as an example. But in that 33rd year, that's when I was born. After I was washed with those waters, which was the word, and I was born in the Spirit. I was born in the Spirit around my 33rd year. When I started coming into this truth and understanding that I'm an Israelite, and this is the way to go. All that other stuff that I was following, drop it. This is the way to go. Okay? So I was born again. You understand what that phrase means now? I was born again. I understand who I am, according to the Bible. I understand certain prophecies. I understand the history. And I understand what's about to happen in the future. And I understand where we are in the present. And I was flabbergasted when I found out. I was confounded. I was completely, I dare say bugged out. Because I was like, oh, fuck. I was, when I found out about this truth, when I found out about the truth of the Most High, I was obsessed with this thing. The first day. I found the videos. I found that video. I was watching Sakari, and I was binging watching this man's videos. I couldn't get enough. I was born again. You understand how this thing works? That which is born of the flesh is of the flesh. So most of these people who are on the earth, they're still in the flesh. But that who is born of the Spirit is spirit. So there's only X amount of people on this earth that are actually in spirit right now. Okay, there's only a few. I don't want to say a few people. It's a small percentage of people on this earth that are born of the Spirit, that are in the Spirit right now. While everybody else remains in their flesh. You understand? Because right now, you know, a lot of us who are in this truth, a lot of us who are in, you know, Great Millstone and these various camps, some of us are only 3 years old, 2 years old, some are a few months old, Some are still watching the videos. Okay. Some are still getting the understanding. Some are still wrestling with what is true, what is not. Okay. But the point is, the word is supposed to wash you. Okay. And when you get an understanding of it, now there's an obligation that you have. Okay? But you have to have the understanding first. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. I'll read that again. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make understand doctrine? All right? And the doctrine of the Bible, you know, it's not simple at first. There's things that there's stumbling blocks you have to cross. And you have to leap over before you have that true understanding. And when you get it, when you actually get it, now you're able to maybe break a few of these precepts down and understand where to go from here to there. Okay? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. So it starts with the milk, the easy to digest stuff. You watch the Israelites. Now you hear them breaking down these easy scriptures to Deuteronomy 28. Damn, I'm an Israelite. You hear them breaking down certain things. Oh, Esau. You understand that. And you stick with that for a while. And you study that. And you remember it. You recite it. Now you're weaned from the milk. You're drawn from the breast. You're a baby. Okay? Baby. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. And then that's how the Bible is supposed to be read. And most of us never knew that. We read the whole book of Genesis and close it and don't know what the fuck we just read. You're like, okay, that was special. Go back to playing fucking video games. Alright? You got to get understanding. And it starts with the elders. They're going to give you the understanding. They're going to teach you the doctrine. The men that already been weaned from the milk, drawn from the breast. And now eating solid foods. Okay? And then you got men out there who are actually raising they're raising the children. We being the children. I myself, a child stuff. A damn toddler right now. Goddamn toddler right now. So this man has been in this thing for 20 plus years, 30 years. Those are our fathers. Those are our spiritual fathers, whom we respect. Okay. We're not gonna get into all that right now, but you know I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna state that because that's the truth. Men out there who've been teaching for decades, those are our fathers, spiritual fathers. Okay, so to speak. Let me get to some 1 Peter. 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 2. It says, as newborn babes desire the sincere. Let me read that again. See, I'm a baby. I'm learning how to read. Damn, I'm a baby. I'm a little kid. Like that cat. This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. So you got to desire this. You got to want this. You got to want to learn. You got to want to grow. Because this isn't like the flesh where you're forced to grow. You have no choice. You're gonna drink. You're gonna cry when you're hungry. All right. No, with this. All right, you're gonna be hungry, spiritually hungry, but you got to desire that. You got to desire to be fed, which goes into diligence. It starts with watching the videos. Then it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna know enough where you're gonna have to join a camp. Then you're gonna have to speak. Then you're gonna have to make your own videos. And then you're gonna have to edify those that are younger than thee. But you gotta desire, you gotta want this. It starts with that milk. That milk is going to make you grow strong. It's going to give you the protein so you can grow strong. Then you can move on to bigger and better things. But you got to desire the sincere milk. And I'm talking to myself right now. There's things that I still, shaky on. But I desire to grow. I want to learn more. All right, I do. I want to learn more. I want to. We don't got much time left in this thing, brothers. It ain't about learning. If you're learning good, but it's gonna get to a point where that Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6 is gonna have to come into play, where the knowledge and wisdom is gonna be the stability of thy times, meaning that what you already gained thus far in the spirit, that's what you're gonna have to work with. That's what's gonna have to suffice. Because there's gonna be no more internet, no more street teachers. It's gonna be every man for himself. And the spirit ain't with you, you're fucked. Okay? And I mean that as a brother. You gotta grow. Because if you're not retaining any of this, it's been, you've been studying this thing, you've been watching the videos for 4 or something years, you ain't even try to find a camp in your area. You're not really getting it. You're just watching the videos for whatever purpose you may be watching it for. When that time comes, the hard times, when they come, you're not gonna have any stability. Ultimately, you're gonna perish. You're gonna perish. Let me see here. Yeah, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 12. It says, For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High. So that's important. So there's a time when you ought to be teachers. You got to be taught again. You have to be shown the truth. So you got to get taught by men. Here it is again, and you're a newborn in this thing. Although you're an adult in the flesh, you're still a baby when it comes to this knowledge. I got men that I'm 11 years older that are older than me in the spirit. You understand? And I learn under them. The camp leader, this man's is super younger than me, but I look up to him in the spirit. You dig? You see what I'm saying? He's my teacher. Okay. And same thing with the St. Petersburg brothers. All right, my brothers are younger than me, but I look up to them in the spirit. Same thing with a lot of brothers on the 4 corners of the globe that's been teaching while I was in the world. I look up to you. I personally look up to you. No matter how old I am, I look up to you because you've been out there working and laboring while I was, being bad. I was being bad. You were being good. I was being bad. You understand? For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need for milk and not strong meat. And that's where I was. Okay? I was in need of that milk. I couldn't contend with no brother when it came to the Bible. You kidding me? I needed to be spoon-fed, titty-fed. I needed to be titty-fed. And I was. I grew a little bit. And now I'm at a certain level. And I can name some meat and stuff. I can name up some meat. All right. That's what it comes down to. For everyone that useth the milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. Okay, and that's the truth right there. If you're still on the milk, you still got questions about the milk. You still don't understand what the 12 tribes are. You don't understand certain dry bones, and You don't really get it. You don't get, you're just watching the videos and nothing. Hey, you can't really be a teacher yet. You got to get the milk first. Because you're unskillful. You're unskillful with the word of righteousness. All right? Because you're a babe. All right? And there's nothing to be ashamed about. That's why the Lord likes humility. You humble yourself. Ain't nothing to be ashamed about because you don't know the Bible, man. You want to learn, that's where it starts. You got to want. That's what it said in, what did I just read a second ago? You got to desire the sincere milk. You got to desire it. The Lord will give you the increase. If you really truly want to get this, the Lord will give you that increase. You really believe in Yahweh Shem Yahshua? Guess what? The Lord will increase you in, infinity. Let's get some more of this. This is the Bible, man. The Bible's dope as hell, bro. I love this thing, man. This is the book of Matthew. This is what I want. Yeah. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 3. It says, this is Yahushua speaking. And he said, I'll start at the top. Matthew 18 and 1. At the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahushua called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them. So he brought this little boy up. He said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. So you got the child right here, and it's like, you got to become like this. If you don't become like this, then you can't get into the kingdom of heaven. You're not going to be the ruling class when this current kingdom is going down and a new kingdom is brought forth. You're not going to make it. You're not fit to judge. You have to humble yourself, be as a little child, and grow. Okay. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Because you gotta humble yourself, and the children are humble. Children are humble. Children ain't prideful. Children are humble. And when you ever see a child, get arrogant or prideful, he's quickly humbled by an adult. Okay? So you have to be as that little child. Ask questions. Shut the fuck up. Humble yourself. Because the Most High is dealing with humility. What's it say again? Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. Okay? So if you get the fruit, hey, you're going to receive Yahushua. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. So you see what it's saying there? So if you offend one of the little ones that are still drinking the milk, still on a titty, and you sitting there, you make fun of, you don't know this, or you don't know that, and this little man, he's trying to gain the knowledge, but you sitting there, making fun of him, all right, whatever the case is, you might offend him, all right. If you offend him, it's better for you just to go kill yourself. Hang a GMS around your neck and jump in the building, jump in the river. Okay. You got to be spiritual, bro. Like this thing is not of anything else that we ever been involved in this world. We got to tighten up. This is a spiritual journey. All this carnality that the world throws at you, you have to shed that off today. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. All right? You're not. We're talking about death and destruction. That's what this Bible's about. Death and destruction, killing. That's going to be your future if you don't humble yourself today. All right? And I'm telling you this as a brother. Whether I'm older or younger than you, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You have to humble yourselves. If you don't know something, ask. Put it on the comment board. Ask a brother. If it be the will, he'll answer back. If not, then you better find it. Figure it out. Whatever question you got, put the question and put GMS after it, and it's gonna pop up. It always does. There's no excuse. Somebody got the answer. Somebody made a video on it one time in the history of the earth. GMS made a video on it, or if it was not GMS, maybe somebody else did. And it'll lead you to the right answer. But you have to be sincere, man. You can't be on this fake shit. If you really want to learn, you're gonna find the answer. I know I did. It was stuff that, you know, I maybe too shy to ask, and I looked the shit up. And there was my answer. A whole 15-minute video on it. There's no excuse. If you desire it, you'll get it. If you don't desire it, then just go and stay in the world, man. Stay out there. Leave us the hell alone, man. Be a Christian. They'll accept you. But you over here trying to mix and mingle with the gods, guess what? You're gonna get called out with the quickness, with the swiftness. And you're gonna get a boot in the butt. Humble yourselves. If you got questions, ask questions. All right? Don't be afraid to ask brother a question. You're talking about the brothers, man. Man, what did I want out of this? Okay, this is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 20. It says, "Brethren, be not children in understanding. Howbeit, in malice be ye children, but in understanding be men." I'll read it again. "Brethren, be not children in understanding." So if you want to get something, you have to diligently seek the answer. Understand it. In other words, when it says be not children in understanding, it's saying that don't put up, if you don't know something, get the answer. Okay? Get the answer. Know it. Know the answer. You have to know this stuff. Spiritual things. Don't be a child in that. All right? Don't be a weak in knowledge in that. Get the understanding. That's important. Get the understanding. Then what does it say after that? "Howbeit in malice be ye children." In other words, you want to be dumb when it comes to wickedness. When it comes to all this wickedness shit out there. Oh, which Tekashi 6ix9ine's newest what do you call it, single? I don't fucking know. These niggas know that shit. I bet you it was something wicked. Oh, the newest drug. The newest strain of marijuana. The most highest grade of marijuana. I'm a child in that. I don't fucking know about that shit. I don't know about that. That's malice. That's wickedness. I'm a child in that. I have no understanding in that. But what's it say? "But in understanding, be men." So in understanding of what? Understanding of what? Spiritual things. This Bible, these scriptures, spiritual things. Be men. The Lord is calling men. He's not calling children. He's calling men. You start as a child, but you grow. Everybody who's in this thing, there's a point where you got to grow out of a child state. All right? Otherwise, you're not going to make it. I'm telling you, you're not going to make it. Look how close we are to stuff happening. Look how close we are to stuff happening. You still being a baby? Bro, you gotta grow up, man. Otherwise, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna be killed, man. You're gonna be killed. You gotta understand that. You have to understand. Simple as that. You have to understand. If you don't understand what I'm saying, then you're gonna die. Okay? Simple as that. It really is simple. There's one more I wanted to bring. I know it's been a half hour, but you know what you get when you deal with the kid. I'll be talking. I might not even bring it up, but I might bring it up. I might not, but I might. Yeah, man. You know the spirit. Yeah, man. Like when it comes to getting things, spiritual things, using your noggin, okay? Using discernment. It takes a special man to do that. If you're not doing that at this state, then you're only gonna get so far before you're purged out. Let's see here. I'll read some of this. I'll close it out. It's the book of, I'll just read through it. The book of Ephesians chapter 4, I'll start at verse 9. Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first upon... Damn, I'm reading it all fucked up. Like a damn remedial, student. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 9. Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth? Talking about Yahushua. He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. Reading on. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors, and some teachers, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, Christ. Verse 13. Till we all come in the unity of the faith, and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, Christ, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in and wait to deceive. But speaking the truth in love, may grow up into him in all things, which he is the head, even Hamashiach, the anointed. You understand? That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men. You understand? So we have to grow, brothers. We have to grow. There's a point in this thing where you can't be a child anymore. You have to grow up. And if you're stuck being a child, then guess what? When those times come, those dark and gloomy days, Jacob's trouble, the martial law, the hell, and you're a child, you're going to get destroyed. So grow up. It's time to grow up, brothers. All right? I'm talking to the younger brothers. All right? And whoever, this ears this reaches, Lord willing, this would edifying to that person. Whether we, specifically you men, you women, of course, you're always welcome to listen to the videos. So with that, I say shalom to the elect. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, the elders and apostles of the house of David. Okay? All right? They're going to get that crown in that day. I know it. I believe that those men are men of the Lord. And I believe all you brothers out there who pushing this word out is men of the Lord. All right? And may the Lord, bless your families, your household, all your loved ones. And increase you in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. With that, I say shalom to the election. Death to America.